Welcome to the Carol Weymuller Open Final 2025 here at the Brooklyn Heights Casino Club in New York. The number 1 seed Fairuz Abulker against the number 4 seed Nada Abbas in an all-Egyptian clash for your delectation this evening. I'm Simon Parker. Joining me for this final match is Canadian international Nicole Bunyan. Good evening, Nicole.
Good evening, Simon Park.
How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. Looking forward to this matchup. It's going to be an interesting one, I think. Fairuz Abulker has the head-to-head advantage over the elder Egyptian, so a bit of an interesting stat, considering Abulker's only been on tour for a couple of years.
Yeah, she's doing amazingly well, isn't she? The 18-year-old is obviously still a junior. I was commentating on her last year. She didn't play the British Junior Open this year. You can see she's already world number 12. She's been as high as 11 at just 18 years of age, and only been on tour for just under 4 years. Already amassing 3 titles, which is also pretty impressive. The stats are very impressive for this young Egyptian. She's already number 1 seed in a very important tournament on the PSA women's schedule. So as you say, it's a tall order for Nada Abbas. They played once before. She'd be looking for revenge. It's a pretty comfortable win as well, wasn't it? I think that was in the World Championships last May.
Yeah, big tournament for a big result, isn't it? That would have been a good opportunity for both of them, being ranked similarly.
Yeah, absolutely. It was in the first round as well, so perhaps a few nerves, but Abbas shouldn't really be too nervous. She's been on tour now. She's played over 100 tournaments. She's 24 years of age, and she's been as high as 12 in the world. But these two, their ranking's pretty similar at present. 6 years between them in terms of experience. But as you say, I think that might have been a bit of an anomaly, that first match. I think we're going to see a closer match in this final today.
Yeah, I think so. Again, an interesting contrast of styles. Abbas loves to crunch the ball. Very, very dynamic and explosive, whereas Abulker reads the game really well. She uses height nicely, and she manages the pace of the game, so it's on her terms.
Would you say that Abulker plays like any of the current top players? I mean, she's nearly a top 10er herself, but those top 3 perhaps, or any of the other top Egyptians that have come through, or is she just quite unique?
There have been some parallels drawn with her and Sherbini, actually, just the way that they can use angles, and they've got a really severe backhand, a lovely nice hold, and they hit a really good line on that backhand side. So there have been a few parallels with her. I'd say one thing that Abulker has on her side, obviously, is age, but she's got really good counter drops at the front if she can get into that position. She squares up the rack ahead really nicely, and that's something a little bit different to Sherbini. I wouldn't say maybe she probably used to move like that when she was younger, but Abulker will still kind of do that slide into the front that we see with a lot of Egyptians.
Sure.
Sometimes it gets her into trouble, but...
Yeah, if I was a young female coming onto the tour now and I was compared to Sherbini, I'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it's a good comparison. I think part of that has also been said because her counterpart, or her junior rival, Amina Orfi, is kind of similar to Gohar. So I think that's part of the reason that these comparisons have been drawn, because 1 and 2 in the world, 1 and 2 top juniors in the world. It's an interesting, it's kind of an interesting phenomenon.
Yeah, an interesting parallel, yeah, for sure. I'm going to see if Abulker can pick up another title. She's picked up 3 so far on the PSA Squash Tour. Abbas has picked up 4. So the number 1 seed Abulkir to serve against the number 4 seed Nada Abbas, returning on that backhand side. One of her strength areas, as we were talking about yesterday, Nicole. Ooh, interesting decision in early doors. Perhaps not enough effort there for that ball. Wow, this is not the start that we were expecting from Abbas. Abulkir just seems to have the knack of getting good early leads.
Yeah, she's very aggressive with her style of play, but it's also a measured approach. She's done a good job of cutting out the kind of more pedestrian errors. What do you say? But I think it's really going to be down to Abbas to try and lengthen out the rallies and make sure the ball's really getting through all the way through the court. Because if Abulkir is just around the middle, then she's deadly. She's so good at taking the ball in and then hunting the next one and making herself pretty big across the middle.
Have you played against both of these players, Nicole? I think you've played Abbas,
I have,
right?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
I've played both of them. I've played Abulkir once. I've played Abbas a couple of times, and I've been on court with Abbas to train as well. So, yeah, very different sorts of styles. Abulkir makes you feel pretty unsettled, just the way that she's willing to kind of take the ball in at any opportunity, and then, you know, like even that, that's a ridiculously aggressive volley to go for. I mean, she's missed it, but those are the sorts of shots that she's trying to take on, you know, and
Sure.
if you do miss your mark, then
She'll go for it.
She's confident in taking them in. Yeah, and then Abbas, it's more about kind of a pace situation with her, you know, and trying to make sure she doesn't get too comfortable and set around that mid-backhand region.
Yeah, she wants to get into a rhythm. She's a rhythm player, isn't she, Abbas? She absolutely canes it on that backhand, as we alluded to yesterday. Yeah. She loves it on that side. But she times it pretty well on her forehand as well, and just loves to take the ball early, doesn't she? Take the time away from her opponents. It's a good mini comeback though. It was a pretty quick three love starter for Abulkir, and Abbas now taking a slight lead at 4-3. Nice touch, a good bit of hold there, but she was given too much time really by Nada Abbas in that front left. Nice quick hands, quick wrist there from Abulkir. Just again given too much time to be able to flick it across court.
It was interesting watching Abulkir play Amina Orfi at the Tournament of Champions just last week, and she looked kind of off the pace, actually. Orfi obviously does not make anything comfortable for the opponent, but Abulkir just looked like she looked a little sluggish. She just looked off the pace, and just, yeah, it's interesting. Maybe she's had a bit more time now to train. She's been here for a little bit longer. Maybe she, didn't adjust to the jet lag very well. But now she looks in much better order, you have to say.
Yeah, I think Orfi as well has just got a little bit more experience as well on the PSA squash tour and glass courts, perhaps against in the adult draws. just maybe 6 months ahead of Abulka in terms of that kind of experience.
Yeah, that was dealt with nicely. Potentially tricky shot dealt with very clinically by Abulka.
Certainly was. There doesn't seem to be any sign of nerves here from the youngster. Yeah, that was a poor volley, wasn't it? Just a bit loose and high there from Abulka.
Yeah, she read it early, but unfortunately the execution not quite there.
Who did you find more difficult to play of the two of these, or was it just fairly similar? Is it fairly similar rankings?
I'd say Abulka is kind of the more difficult player to play against, just because she's pretty unconventional.
Trickier.
And the attack, yeah, you have to be ready to move forwards. You don't like to get into that rhythm, you know. So I think generally when you play someone that likes to play in a rhythm, whether you're also a rhythm player or whether you're someone that likes to disrupt rhythm, it's easier to play somebody that does play with rhythm. So Abulka is not quite like that. You have to get her moving, you have to get her stretching like Abbas did there, but in order to do that, the length has to go all the way to the back, you know, several times in a row to be able to create that space on the court.
9-6, I believe, Nicole.
Yeah, just waiting for the score to update.
Yeah. Bit scrappy, isn't it, this first game of this final here at Brooklyn Heights?
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic, particularly on that backhand side, because they both like to tee off on that area. They really like to control the court from that mid-backhand position. So it's natural that there's going to be probably a bit of interference since they both set themselves so strongly in that area.
Yeah, and anything slightly loose, they're going to take advantage, aren't they? Abbas staying in touch here though, just 2 points adrift in this first game. A little bit overhit on that forehand, but as you say, Nicole, it's probably better because she's getting the ball to the back of the court. She didn't do there and she got punished. So 3 game balls then for the 18-year-old Abulka, the number 1 seed here. Well, that was a poor error from Abbas. It's halfway down the tin on that forehand side, going for the kill, just trying to get something from nothing really, as Abulka just has a bit of an extra solo on this court in Brooklyn Heights and takes the first game 11-7 in 9 minutes and leads by 1 game to love. Well, here we go, Nicole. Second game just about to begin. Abulkir looking very, very good. Taking that first game 11-7. What do you think that Abbas needs to improve on? Is it just purely the length, as you were alluding to?
Yeah, I think part of it is the length is there. She can't give Abulkir that much time around the middle, because it's not just the next shot, it's the two after that. You know, you're just kind of on a string afterwards, and you got to hope that Abulkir is going to overcook it and give you a stroke or a tin or something. But that ball needs to be running through all the way to the back, and you can see what Abbas is trying to do. She's trying to play at a high pace, right, to unsettle Abulkir, but the accuracy has got to go up with that pace. So this is better here. You can see the ball is now getting through all the way to the back, and then she gets a bit of space. She can hit down on it when she's in front. But yeah, what you noticed at the end of, well, probably everyone noticed at the end of that first game with the kill from Abbas, she's just too deep in the court, isn't she? Trying to make something from nothing. Yeah,
just getting a little bit desperate perhaps, but that last shot just a bit more accurate, a lot tighter as well as with pace on it from Abbas. I think that's a big thing. She's got to improve her accuracy here. Ooh. I think they're both okay. They're both pretty tough, these two.
Yeah, it was a strong backhand volley from Abulkir. Didn't do anything wrong with the movement. Just hit a clean shot, stood her ground.
I'd say it's a very important first half of this second game, especially for Abbas, to really get her teeth into this match. And that's not going to help. Just a short ball there, easy pickings for Abulkir.
Yeah, she can't let Abulkir run away with this. She's too much of a confidence player, the younger Egyptian. That's just trouble all day long. Abbas, she's really trying to move Abulkir, right? You can see the intent, but I mean, from behind your opponent, you need to have really, really sold them on the drive time and time again if you're gonna pull off a drop or a kill from the back.
Yeah, you can see with Abbas, I think with the one game they played, she's obviously got a little bit of a hangover from that 30-minute match where she got trounced really in 3 in a world championship by an 18-year-old. I mean, that's going to knock your confidence. So she's just looking for ways to try to find chinks in the armour of the youngster. That's well played.
Yeah, she needs to be positive.
Scrappy, but a good bit of delay in the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a risky shot to play from Abbas, wasn't it? It's always, if you hit that backhand drop in the front right corner, you've got to make sure that nicks. Otherwise, you're really setting yourself up for, a dangerous position.
Yeah, just a little touch really required from Abulkir, and then she got another opportunity there, just to straighten it down that backhand side.
This is really do or die times now for Abbas. She's really got to close the court down, doesn't she, Parky? Right now, these last couple of rallies have been way too easy for Fairuz Abulkir. She just rattled them off in a matter of seconds. Really?
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think for someone like Abbas, who plays a lovely game, she's got a great technique and all the rest of it, but she doesn't break the game up that much. She's got to play to her strengths, and she's not been hitting that back wall often enough with enough accuracy. And she's just giving her opponent too many opportunities. And she's starting to look like it's difficult from here, but it looks like she's losing a little bit of confidence or sort of running out of ideas, really. There, I'm not sure what she was thinking there.
No, it just looks like it's gone a little haywire, and maybe she's just a bit flat and she's trying to force it now. But
yeah,
fortunately, it's not. It's just not hitting the marks. So a bit of fortune, but is it too little, too late, Parky?
I think it possibly is for this game at least. She's going to keep trying her best and giving 100%. Another decision's gone her way though here, so you just never know.
Yeah, it's been pretty short and sharp stuff, hasn't it? Another player trying to hang around. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, slap that one into the tin.
But you can kind of see, like, when you're playing someone like Abelkir who likes to take the ball in and likes to have short, sharp rallies, it can be kind of tempting as the other player to kind of respond in kind, because you want to stay aggressive and you want to stay positive, so you feel then some pressure to do something, right? Because if you just hit it back to them, they're just teeing off on the opportunities.
Yeah. They're going to be the first one, aren't they? The first one to go in. And as you say, it would make you feel like you should be doing it. Quite a long break.
Yeah, it's probably quite wise from Abelkir, because she had a sizable lead. I think she was up 9-4.
Yeah, a lot of these young players, especially young Egyptian players, are so streetwise. I was commentating at the British Junior Open a few weeks ago and saw another load of unbelievable Egyptian players coming through, and I can't see when it's going to end. But,
yeah, it's a never-ending crop.
It is.
They just keep sprouting out of the desert.
They do, and they all know when to use the towel as well. But a slender lead, just one game ball here for the number 1 seed, Feruz Abelkir. Now that Abbas doing a lot better in this second. Oh, she's taken her out. Oh, she's not happy with that. She's not going to accept the hand. She knows it's a stroke, and it was... I don't know what you feel about that, Nicole, but it looked like she went forward and then came back.
Yeah,
Abbas in her swing.
Yeah, it was well, like you just said, the word streetwise. That was a very streetwise decision from Abelkir.
Yeah, and she's got the game. She's taken the second game in the same duration, but just a couple more points. 11-9. Abelkir leads by 2 games to love. So Farouz Abulkir serving off in this third game, the number 1 seed against the number 4 seed in this final of the Carol Weymuller Open 2025. Nada Abbas with quite a bit of work to do.
Yeah, she had a good late surge at the end of that second game, but just it was too big of a mountain to climb, really. She's down 9-4 or 9-5 or so, and just wasn't quite enough to get the lead over Abulkir, and that's really the crucial thing, isn't it? She needs to be able to get in front, and she needs to be the front runner, whereas it's just been all on Abulkir's terms so far this match.
Yeah, Abbas hasn't been really able to control things. As I've seen her, I'm sure you have over the years, when she plays well, she's fantastically dominant. But today it's just not going her way. Do you think the glass court would suit Abbas, or would it suit Abulkir even more? Or not?
I mean,
irrelevant.
I think it would suit Abulkir, actually. I have to say, because I think that the advantage here on the traditional courts is that Abbas could get into the physicality. She could lengthen out the rallies, right? She can really use the pace more, whereas Abulkir, I think, is just more deadly on a glass court.
Sure.
But she's got the tactics right here, and unfortunately for Abbas, she does not. Still seems pretty intent on going short quite early in the rallies.
Yeah, Abbas has made quite a few unforced errors as well, and obviously I've seen her win some matches where, as I say, she's been dominant and lose some matches, but I haven't seen her make this many unforced errors. Bit of a guess there from Abulkir.
Yeah, it's something to keep in mind as well, is by the time you get to a final, you've played a lot of matches in a row, right? No rest days, so you never know how maybe how the sleep or lack of sleep has added up throughout the week, how that mental stress has affected you. So some people, you can turn up on the final and you're not necessarily going to have your best squash on that day when you actually really need it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's winners of these tournaments is not just about one day, it's about 5 days, isn't it? Or potentially more. And who sort of is the last person standing, really, in terms of fitness and mental fitness. It's very impressive for an 18-year-old. See, this is all fast and furious around the middle, but still Abbas not able to get Abulkir into those back corners. She won the point this time, as Abulkir just uses her skirt instead of the towel. That's a good kill. That's what we normally see a lot more of from Abbas when she has more time. Those backhand low straight kills. Yeah, it's a clever little bow. She's got those tricky shots at the front of the court. It's very difficult to read. That one was invisible.
Yeah, she's so good at the front left. If I were Abbas, I'd be probably trying to starve Abulkir that area for quite some time. Or maybe if she's going for, looking to attack on the backhand side, maybe go for the kill or go for the longer drop, because right now it needs to be so short. And if it doesn't come off right, you can see the skill set of Abulkir. So many options there. Again, that's quality line drive from the younger Egyptian.
Yeah, she's got it all, really. It looks like, and still a lot of improvement to go. She's Already 11 in the world, 12 in the world. That's scary, really. But Abbas pretty determined. She's sticking in here in this final. Still within touching distance in this third game. That has to be a stroke. Oh, Nicole, what do you think?
Oh, well, it's kind of tough to tell how short the ball was, or it's kind of hard to tell how good the quality of shot was. But she's gone right into her back there.
I just thought that was pretty high, that drop shot, but we don't have the advantage of replays. That's better from Abbas. It tells a story when you really notice those shots that hit the glass wall from Abbas, taking Abulka into the back. Abbas just taking a towel break, but I mean, she still got punished because it was such a good boast from Abulka.
I mean, look at how early Abulka was on that, though. She was hovering on that left-hand side, so it had to be absolutely glued to the wall from Abbas to pass Abulka. Anything that's slightly off the mark, Abulka, especially now being up 8-6 and 2-love up, she's going to take every opportunity that she can get.
Yeah, absolutely. It's where those many years of channel games and straight hitting practice come into play. And it's just too easy, just into the hitting zone, the volley zone of Abulka, and she eats shots like that for breakfast, the youngster. Just 2 points away then from the trophy. Finish.
Gutsy shot to go for. Absolutely sublime, though.
Didn't hold back, did she?
That sort of shot, you'd have to go all in, don't you?
Sure. Oof, it was a little bit loose outside of the channel there. She's got away with it, so 7-9 still. Abbas still in with a shout here. Oh, that's a lovely shot. Very, very, you were talking about going all in. That was certainly all in, that volley there from Abbas. Very, very confident.
Yeah, she certainly needs to. Her back's against the wall.
Oh. Some power in that cross court, wasn't there? Just whipping it across the body there. Full hip turn, but also a bit of extra wrist to help it whip through. So 2 championship points now for the number 1 seed, Firouz Abulka. No, she's not happy with that, but she was taking a space just as she would do the other way around. It was a loose shot, well finished by Abbas. So 1 championship ball saved. Straight onto the strings of Abbas. She's very, very good on that backhand side. She certainly took her opportunity. She's in a tie-break now. Both championship balls have been lost now from Abulka.
Oh, what a time to find the backcourt, Nick. She'll be counting her lucky stars, Firouz Abulka.
The fortune of youth, eh?
Fortune of overhitting your length.
Yeah. So another opportunity here, another championship point for Abulka. Will she take it this time? Oh, it's loose.
Oh, that was loose, Parky. That was really loose.
I'd have definitely wanted a stroke in that situation.
Yeah, Abbas is shaking her head. She's not happy with that decision. The tension continues to rise.
The number 1 seed, the 18-year-old from Egypt, has won her 4th PSA title. Absolutely incredible for someone so young. Got pretty close there at the end. Nader Abbas just starting to find her A game. But in the end, it's Fairuz Abolkir, the number 1 seed, coming through 11-7, 11-9, 12-10. Third game. 3 love in 32 minutes.
Yeah, it was a very solid performance from Abolkir, wasn't it? She didn't really set a foot wrong in the last couple matches that we saw. Pretty calm and composed for an 18-year-old, I have to say.
Absolutely, very, very impressive. I mean, she's got a great future ahead of her. Nader Abbas will be a bit disappointed. Didn't quite find her A game until maybe the last half of the third game. But congratulations to Fairuz Abolkir. She is the Carol Weymuller champion 2025. So there you have it, Fairuz Abolkir, the Carol Weymuller Open 2025 champion here in New York, coming through in 3 games, 3 love against Nader Abbas, the number 4 seed. We're going to leave it there. The next tournament will be the Motor City Open, so join us for that. Thanks for joining us tonight.
it's just a pleasure to win this trophy. I would love to thank a lot of people, so please just hear them all. First of all, my coach, Weymuller, also my other coach, Ahmed Shuhayyib, who is in Boston, and a huge thanks goes to him, of course, for being the man behind it all for the past couple of years. My coaches back then, Alex, Alaa, Mimi, Waleli.